told you before.
What are
you
we
should
going to
leave
do?
us alone and let us
Do
serve
not
the
be
Egyptians.
afraid. Stand firm and see how the Lord will save you today. Come on, let's go!
Wow, God is so awesome. There's no need to grumble.
Yeah, it's so good that God can part the Red Sea to save us. Thank you, God.
Whoa, that's incredible!
Wow, God can really do amazing things. It must have been a truly awesome sight walking next to the parted Red Sea. Friends, let's take a moment to think of something that you are thankful to God for. Good job, everyone! As the Israelites continues to travel along the desert, God continues to be with them, leading them with a pillar of fire by night and a pillar of cloud by day. The Israelites were really thankful.
Wow, God is so awesome. There's no need to grumble.
Yeah, it's so cool. God is leading us to our new home, the Promised Land. But then suddenly, their tummies started to rumble. What's that noise from my tummy? It's a terrible feeling. Food! So once again, the Israelites only focused on their problems and took their eyes off of the all-powerful God, and they became grumblers again.
You should have let us die in Egypt.
We used to sit around pots of meat, and we ate all the food we wanted.
But instead, you brought us out to this desert to suffer.
How could you?
You want us all to die of hunger?
Once again, God is faithful. He is always there for the Israelites. He told Moses that he will provide the people quail meat in the evening and bread in the morning.
What is this? What do you call it?
I don't know, but it tastes good. What do you think, Moses?
I don't know. Well, it's the bread that God gave us to eat.
And so the Israelites gave a name to this bread and called it, what is it? Which in Hebrew is called manna. And the grumbling Israelites became thankers again, thankful for God's wonderful blessing. That was until their next obstacle. God loved the Israelites. They were His people. He saved them from slavery by taking them out of Egypt. As they traveled in the desert, the Israelites had no map and no GPS device to tell them where to go. But God was leading them with a pillar of fire by evening and a pillar of cloud by day. The Israelites were thankful, but only when things went their way. Because every time they faced an obstacle, problems, they will start to grumble. And grumble they did. They grumbled when the Egyptian army was chasing after them and their path was blocked by the Red Sea. But our amazing God parted the Red Sea and they were able to escape from the Egyptians. They became thankful again. However, their thankful attitude toward God was short-lived. The Israelites became hungry, and when their tummies started to rumble, their mouth started to grumble. They were not satisfied with Moses and God. But once again, God remained faithful. He told Moses to gather his people to receive tasty quail meat in the evening and yummy bread, manna, in the morning. The Israelites were thankful again. Have you been thankful or have you been grumbling? Well, let's take a moment to think of what we can thank God for this past week. Great job, everyone! As the Israelites traveled along the desert with all the food they need, they were thankful. I love eating this manna. Tastes so good. Yeah, and I love eating this quail meat. God is so awesome. The Israelites were satisfied, rubbing their full belly with thankfulness. But then suddenly, their mouth became dry as the desert. They were thirsty, and they wanted water to drink. And so slowly but surely, the Israelites once again transformed into grumblers. This time, super mega grumblers. Why did you bring us out of Egypt? Do you want us, our children, and our livestock to die of thirst? You want us to die of thirst, huh? Maybe you should pick up some stones. Moses was really discouraged and felt hurt by harsh words of the people. So God told Moses to gather his people, go to a rock at Mount Hor. He told Moses to hit the rock with his staff. And once he did, so water poured out. The Israelites had more than enough water to quench their thirst. Moses named this place Massah and Meribah because this time Moses was really hurt by the Israelites. They tested God and spoke against Moses to the point that they were ready to stone him. And so the Israelites were satisfied and returned to being thankful. That was until their next obstacle. Exactly 3 months after the people of Israel left Egypt, they came to the desert of Sinai. God invited Moses to join him on the top of the nearby mountain so they can talk. So Moses left and went all the way up to the mountain to talk to God for a long time. And the Israelites waited and waited. They were tired of waiting for Moses, and they were tired of waiting for God. They became fearful and insecure, forgetting that God was with them and wants nothing but the best for them. So they began to grumble. And slowly but surely, they once again turned into grumblers. And they looked for Moses' elder brother Aaron, who was the high priest. Where's Aaron? Bring us Aaron!
Hi, everyone.
Come, make us a god that will lead us.
This guy Moses brought us out of Egypt, but now we don't know what happened to him. So make us a new God who can lead us.
Okay, give me our theory.
Aaron melted down the gold and made a golden idol that looked like a calf. Aaron presented the idol to the Israelites and told them to worship it instead of God. The Israelites offered their sacrifices to their new gods because they were tired of waiting for Moses and had forgotten that God was with them. Meanwhile, on the mountain, God was giving Moses instructions on how to live. But God knew what was going on with the Israelites. So God told Moses,
"Go down to the Israelites. They have forgotten that I brought them out of Egypt, and now they're worshiping an idol."
So Moses went down the mountain with all the instructions they had talked about written on 2 stone tablets. When Moses saw them worshiping the idol, he was so angry he threw down the stone tablet. Aaron, why do you make this idol for these people to worship?
We are tired of waiting for you and God.
So Moses took the golden idol calf and melted it in fire. Then he reminded the Israelites.
It wasn't the calf that brought you out of Egypt. It was God. He is the only one that deserves your worship.
Moses went back to the mountaintop to ask God to forgive them for their foolish worship.